Arlington Public Schools is in Northern Virginia near Washington, D.C. in the Virginia 8th District. And I will be doing a PEST analysis of Arlington Public Schools to help Arlington schools in the midst of global pandemic in 2021. So strategic planning is necessary, and PEST analysis is one of the ways to engage in strategic planning. It takes into consideration political factors, economic factors, social factors, technological factors that impact on organization. And in this case, it is Arlington Public Schools. So what are the political, economic, social, and technological factors impacting Arlington Public Schools in 2021? External factors that can impact the functioning and effectiveness of Arlington, Virginia's public school system. PEST analysis of Arlington Public Schools reveal that political, economic, social, technological factors that are impacting Arlington Public Schools in 2021 are these. Political factors are President Joe Biden, who was elected president and is in the middle of his first 100 days of his new term as president. He wants to open schools in the first 100 days of his term as US president. So that's one of his stated goals. Economically, COVID-19 has created unemployment and financial needs for Arlington residents, resulting in budget decreases for Arlington Public Schools. Socially, over 100 different cultures and 100 different nations of origin are represented among the residents of Arlington County, Virginia, with more new immigrants coming. Technologically, United States now has 5G system rollout and better internet resources for remote internet-based learning, which are being developed. Services of Arlington Public Schools that are impacted. Using the PEST analysis, we can understand this better, is education, teacher instruction of students. And politically, teachers are afraid to teach in person in class due to COVID-19, despite President Biden wish to open schools. Many of the teachers in Arlington County have been vaccinated with COVID-19 vaccine, but because of new COVID mutants that are in Virginia, and there is the UK, United Kingdom COVID variant, as well as South African COVID variant that have been discovered in recent days. Teachers are particularly worried because scientists say that COVID-19 vaccines are not very effective for these variants. Economically, less money for Arlington Public Schools means that teachers being sick with COVID-19 can impact education delivery if schools open in-class instruction. So if teachers get COVID-19 and they have to go to hospital or ICU, then what's going to happen to the classroom? So that's an issue that is economically involved because teachers may be sick and then Arlington Public Schools will have to hire someone, long-term tutor, to teach these classes if teachers are intubated for weeks or months. And this can happen in many different schools within the Arlington County public school system from now to June. And so economically, there's an issue because hiring process is difficult and is very costly. And there is the possibility that many teachers can get sick. Socially, many parents do not want in-person learning due to COVID-19 dangers. Research suggests that COVID-19 is aerosol, which means it floats in the air in the classroom. If one of the students has COVID and choose, or staff or teachers or administrators, this aerosol can float around and can infect students. And aerosol means that students will need N95 masks, because normal masks, even surgical masks, may not protect them against aerosolized COVID-19. And so, so there is that fear socially among the parents and the students in Arlington Public Schools. Technologically, Arlington Public Schools provide Apple laptop or iPad to all students. So 5G can help better delivery of teacher instruction if Arlington County Public Schools continues remote learning. So outside external factors impact Arlington Public Schools, and internally there's a dynamic that is created by the political, economic, social, and technological factors. The mission of Arlington Public Schools is to ensure all students learn and thrive in safe, healthy, and supportive learning environments. So doing a PEST analysis of the impact on the mission, political factor of President Joe Biden wanting schools open impacts Arlington Public Schools, and teachers do not see in-person class as safe. So they will lose motivation to be effective in supporting students. And so there is a danger that the mission of Arlington Public Schools will not be fulfilled because of the political external factor that's impeding internal processes within Arlington Public Schools. Economically, there's less money for Arlington Public Schools due to COVID-19. And that means that Arlington Public Schools cannot provide safe in-class environment for students in COVID-19 crisis. So obviously, for school buildings to be relatively safe, there has to be negative pressurized rooms in every classroom, in the hallway, that kind of sucks the air out, so the virus gets sucked out. And there has to be HEPA filters, and there has to be N95 masks provided for every student, every teacher. And there has to be training on how to wear these masks, because even if you have N95 mask, if you're not wearing it properly, obviously it poses to COVID-19 danger, which Center for Disease Control and the World Health Organization recognizes is aerosol. And so there are a lot of difficult factors that are money related. N95 masks are very expensive. and the students will need at least one every day. And if they sneeze into an N95 mask, they'll have to replace it during the day. And so average of 2 to 3 N95 masks may be needed for every student for one school day. That's very expensive. Socially, Arlington Public Schools cannot meet their mission because many students and parents do not perceive Arlington Public School classrooms as COVID-19 safe. And so the masks that you see in front of you, these masks, they're not effective against aerosolized COVID-19. So you can wear these masks and still get infected. If there is someone infected with COVID who etches into the air, then even if you wear these masks that you see before you, you can get infected with COVID. And those masks that you see before you are called surgical masks. And they're effective against a lot of pathogens, virus and bacteria, but not against aerosolized COVID-19 or tuberculosis or other aerosolized viruses. Technologically, in-class learning means not utilizing new technologies like 5G to help students learn and thrive in safe and healthy environment. Obviously, given that global pandemic, COVID-19 is killing thousands of Americans, anywhere from 3,000 to 6,000 Americans every day right now in February. The most safe environment for students is at home, where their family, the nuclear family unit, provides certain safety. The more you have exposure to others, especially in closed spaces, in indoor spaces like classroom, the more risk you have of being infected with COVID-19. So the most safe learning environment for children in Arlington Public Schools is at their home and not at the school. So the mission of Arlington Public Schools is to ensure all children learn and thrive in safe, healthy, and supportive learning environment. That is the home. Because by definition, schools are not safe from COVID-19. And so we have this technology, 5G, which makes internet faster. Some say up to 10 times faster than 4G. Some say more than that. Technology allows remote learning, internet learning, and having in-class instruction underutilizes this new technology that they can be using. So mission is threatened when we view PEST analysis to understand where Arlington Public Schools is in 2001. The goal of Arlington Public Schools is to be an inclusive community that empowers all students to foster their dreams, explore their possibilities, and create their futures. The PEST analysis of the impact on mission, so this goal. Let's look at it using political, economic, social, technological factors. Politically, President Biden opening schools can result in death of students from COVID-19 and their parents, because children can get COVID in the classroom, go home and infect their parents with COVID. So even if students don't die, their parents can die from COVID. And this means students cannot fulfill their dream and create their future. So the political external factor of President Biden trying to open schools is a direct threat on the mission or the goal of Arlington Public Schools to be an inclusive community that empowers all students to foster their dreams explore their possibilities and create their futures. Because if they die, obviously they don't have a future. If their parents die, then they lose the empowerment that they need, the support system they need to foster their dreams and create their futures. Economically, COVID-19 unemployment means families in Arlington are struggling financially. And if parents die of COVID-19, then children can become orphaned, and that would require foster care. So families are facing economic hardship. Some are facing economic collapse, financial collapse due to COVID-19. And opening schools can result in infection of children or an infection of parents that can lead to death of the parents. That would create greater economic hardship for students and families. So if a primary breadwinner, whether the mother or the father dies from COVID, obviously the remaining parent would have to struggle. If the family is two-income family, like most American families, and one of the parent dies from COVID-19 due to Arlington Public Schools opening, providing a vector system for infection, then two-parent household becomes single parent household, and that would be economically very difficult. And so external economic factors, widespread unemployment in the United States due to COVID-19, lack of money due to resources that are lacking as global pandemic spreads further and further in America. These are direct factors that impact school systems like Arlington Public Schools and its budget, but also individual families. So the whole economic ecosystem in Arlington County is tied to the county, state, and national financial budgets, as well as economic trends that are impacted by COVID-19. Socially, immigrants are more vulnerable, excuse me, to COVID-19 economic hardships. And there are 100 different nationalities represented among the immigrants in Arlington County, over 100. And so a lot of these immigrant families and students are experiencing economic hardship that is far greater than American families that have been here for generations and have the support system of grandparents, relatives in the United States. Some immigrants are alone, individually or as families. And so they don't have the support system, financial or social, that non-immigrants, those who have been here in America for a long time, have. And so there's vulnerability socially among immigrants that is economically hard, but also socially hard. Latinos are dying in large numbers from COVID-19 throughout the United States of America. The white American population in Arlington County is the largest population, but after white American population is Hispanic population. And so Latinos are directly impacted by COVID-19. And socially, there are problems that are rising. And if President Biden has his way and open Arlington Public Schools, then the social problems will be exponentially compounded, especially among the Latino population in Arlington County. If the trends of Latinos dying in disproportionate number hits Arlington County, that will directly impact Arlington's immigrant populations from Central America, like Guatemala, and South America, like Argentina and Brazil. Um, and so these social factors will result in students not achieving their dreams or futures, even if they do not die from COVID-19. And furthermore, uh, uh, diversity is impacted if large number of Hispanic population dies in Arlington from COVID-19 due to Arlington County Public Schools opening uh, and and serving as a vector to spread COVID-19 in communities of color, especially Hispanic communities in Arlington. So the mission to be an inclusive community that empowers all students to foster their dreams, explore their possibilities, and create their futures will meet complete failure um, if President Biden has his wish to open all in the public schools. Um, Technologically, 5G and new internet sources allow creating an inclusive learning community through 100% remote learning that fosters student dreams and future. It is safe to learn at home. 100% of Arlington Public School children receive free Apple computers or iPad, and so they can engage in remote learning without any difficulties, and using 5G is very fast. And there are additional internet resources that are being created in light of COVID-19 that Arlington Public Schools can use. So technologically, uh, it is an opportunity for Arlington Public Schools to achieve their uh, goal or mission. To be an inclusive community that empowers all students to foster their dreams, explore their possibilities, and create their futures. Because you can do that online using the latest technology and develop and perfect remote learning process. And so technologically, there is a glimmer of hope as long as the political threats um, do not overcome technological opportunities. And so that's what Arlington Public Schools is facing right now. So using the PEST analysis of strategic planning, the recommendation is to reject President Joe Biden's push to open Arlington Public Schools because that is a threat to Arlington Public Schools from achieving its goal and vision. And to embrace the opportunity of technology uh, in the form of 5G, uh, faster internet access, uh, and greater internet resources for remote learning. And this is the reference page for today's presentation. Arlington County Public Schools is in a sense at the crossroad. The decisions that are made in the coming days and coming weeks will result in what happens to Arlington County Public Schools, teachers, students, and families. So two roads are diverged, and Arlington Public Schools has to choose the road that's going to result in the fulfillment of its mission and vision, its goals. And so the recommendation using PEST analysis is to reject external political forces in the form of President Biden trying to open public schools in Arlington, and to embrace technology, new literacies in the form of internet-based remote learning that will keep students safe and healthy in their home and keep their families, parents healthy and safe. so that they can achieve their dreams, goals, and have a bright future despite the threats posed by COVID-19.